Okay, what are we doing today?
This is the second week. We're doing forward bends and twists. How have your knees been?
Um, I don't have pain in my knees per se. It's just I'm having a lot of trouble walking up the steps.
When you say trouble walking up the steps, is it like you have to take, is it just hard to get up, or is it like
Yes.
you have to take
Like
one?
my legs don't want to move up, go up,
You walk like this?
And my balance is not great.
Okay, balance. Very important.
So I have to have like a handrail. And I usually use a lot of my arm strength to pull me up.
To pull you up, yeah? All right, well, there's a lot of exercises that you can do to increase strength, and a lot of them are yoga. So
yeah, I swim laps every day.
Good.
I'm up to like 30 laps almost every day. So my legs have gotten stronger, I think.
Good.
That doesn't help my knees.
Well, no, because swimming doesn't really involve deep knee bends, does it?
No, I have very tight hamstrings, so I try and do that exercise in the pool, and I try and like do bicycle in the pool. I figure that might be good for my knees.
You could do like kicks like this for your knees. Yeah. In the pool, you're buoyant, so you could stand there, lift your knee in the pool, and kick.
I'm actually trying to do squats because I can do that in the pool, but
sure.
I can't do that on land.
But even like squats aren't necessarily going to be a problem for balance in the pool, but taking one leg up, lifting the knee, and kicking your foot out and bringing it back and down, that will be
okay.
a transference of weight.
While I'm standing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll help a lot. Because the water will give you some buoyancy, like it'll take some weight off you, and you're not going to fall over so quickly, right? But it's just, like I just showed you. Basically,
no, I have good balance in the pool.
Yeah, you just.
Yeah.
And you don't have to kick high. You can kick low.
Yeah.
And, after a bunch on one side, go to the other. And that's a lot of what I do with people to give them balance. And I have clients who have terrible balance, and then eventually they're just like doing this and they're not even thinking about it. They're like, this is not a problem anymore.
Yeah, okay.
So, and then of course you can try it outside the pool. In the pool, you're not going to fall, you won't get hurt. Even if you did lose your balance, you probably just kind of splash around a little bit, right? All right, so let's come and sit in a comfortable cross-legged seated position. The word comfortable is relative to each individual.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable in this position, but okay.
Right? And so a little bit here, a little bit there is very beneficial. If for any reason you look fine. So I was going to say, if your knees were up here, then I would sit you on top or something. And let's do a couple of simple forward bends and twists. So you make sure the flesh of your buttocks is pulled back and out to the side a little bit, so you feel the sit bones touching the mat, the surface of the floor. And then I like to take my hands and support myself. You see how I lifted my chest? And if I didn't lift my chest, I would be like this, right? Sort of droopy, and then I'm just gonna lift it up. So it really, like I'm presenting myself to you. I'm exposing more, I'm opening more in the front, and I'm strengthening my abdominal muscles and my lower back by lifting up like this. Eventually, you don't have to do anything with your hands. You can keep your hands on your lap and maintain this same length And it gets tiring. It does get tiring. So let's go ahead and just take the arms out to the sides of the room. Good. Turn the palms open so the thumbs point to the back of the room. And then lift your arms up alongside your ears. So you're going to try to keep space between your ears. See how I have space between my ears and my arms? I can bring my hands together and straighten my arms, but I still keep my shoulders down, as opposed to lift them up here and disappear in the neck.
Gotcha.
Okay? So the best thing to do is to make a Y with your arms, because then you can have a lot of space. You're not going up here like this, you're keeping it down. And it's challenging in the arms, challenging to the arms and the shoulders. It's challenging to keep your chest up and not droop. And then from here, I want you to join your right hand to your left wrist, reach up to the ceiling, and arc over to your right. Your left sit bone down. Good. You're going to reach up more and exhale, arc over. You want to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose while you're doing this, so that you're expanding the tissues of your side ribs, your intercostal muscles that line the ribs, and your obliques sit down by the hips. Inhale, come back up. Switch hands. I'm going to take my left hand to the right wrist, reach up, and arc over to my left. Not only am I arcing over to my left, but I'm making sure my right side is extended, really open, not collapsing. Good. Inhale back up. Exhale, bring the arms down to your sides. Good. And then let's take the hands forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, sit up tall, and only fold forward as long as you can keep your chest lifted. You're not drooping and dropping your head forward like this. Keep your chest up, so nice and tall, and walk forward only by folding where the thigh and where the pelvis meets the waist, actually. Where the pelvis meets the waist. You're not trying to round it off. So as your lower back muscles start to open up and your hips start to open up, you can come down a little forward, maybe you can kind of wiggle in there and get down a little lower. Start, and I wouldn't still look at the camera, because that's going to throw my head back. I would look down at the ground. Now we're breathing not so much into the navel, because it's hard to breathe into the navel when you're folded. We're going to be breathing into the lower back, side hips, and the glutes, or the hips. Yeah, outer butt.
That's not easy.
No, right? And you only go down as far as you're able to do it with a relatively moderate to not so intensive, workload. Like, if I can't breathe, if I can't keep good posture, then I'm going too far, right? Let's sit up again. Let's sit up and let's twist. So sit up tall, and you're going to take the right arm out to the side. Going to bring it behind me as I twist my body. I'm going to take the right arm behind me, and my left hand is going to come to my right knee. So I'm following along. I'm going to inhale, sit up tall, stacking the shoulders over the hips, and I'm just going to continue to twist from the navel through the ribs, chest, shoulders are going to rotate, and even a little bit in the neck and head, like not much. I don't have to whip my head around. I can look generally wherever the chest is pointing. A nice spinal twist to wring out the organs, to flush a lot of dead cells out, a lot of dead blood cells out, and reinfuse new, fresh, oxygenated blood cells into those organs, into the tissues in that area, by releasing. Go ahead and release. So just as important coming into the pose as it is, it's just as important to come out of the pose as it is to come into the pose. And take the other arm, the left arm out, reach behind you, take your right hand to the left knee, inhale, sit up tall, and exhale, twist. And only twist as much as you feel comfortable. Like you don't want to feel pain or discomfort or like you overdid it. You want to feel like, you know what, this is work. I'm working here. Again, once you get into the pose, it's all about breathing, because if you can relax your breathing, you can smooth out your breath and make it longer. Then your mind, your brain, won't be sending these messages to your muscles to protect themselves from being overstretched. It'll actually tell them, you know what, everything's cool, let me relax, and I'll let go so that I can create a new stretch, a new length, new tension relationship in the muscle, and we call that flexibility. Stretch to get flexibility, but you can't force it. You have to kind of make your body and your mind believe that everything's okay. Go ahead and release. Roll your shoulders like this. Round circular motions. Good. You have your towel with you, or did you not bring it?
A towel? No, I have pillows.
All right, so let's not go on our knees today, unless of course you said to me.
I can go on pillows.
Yeah, do you have pillows?
I have pillows. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. We'll do a little bit of calf breath, because with the spinal rotation and the forward bends, we can go to a little bit of calf breath. And
Oh my God,
with this one.
legs are so sore.
Now I inhale on the way up, and I exhale on the folding down. My goal for you by using these props, these pillows and things like that, towels, blankets, is that your knees start to heal to the point and you get used to being on them so that they're more resilient, right, to the exercise. It can open up a whole world of different exercises that we can do from the knees. Before an infant can actually, walk, they have to be on their hands and knees to crawl. So we need to be able to, have you be able to crawl and do things, not necessarily literally crawl, but be on your hands and knees in a 4-point stance, essential to movement. Good. All right, now I'm going to work out on the legs a little bit. So I'm going to open up your hip flexors. We're going to fold down the middle after. So I'm going to take you up. We're going to step forward with our right leg. And we're going to work on this muscle right here, the hip flexor. So we could be up like this. Okay, balance might be an issue. So make sure that your right foot's on your right side. Your left knee and foot is on the left side so that you don't feel wobbly side to side. Then I can lean in, both hands to the thigh. I can lean in like this and just keep my chest torso up and breathe. So I'm going to feel the stretch right here at the top of my left thigh. That hip flexor, they call the psoas, they call the hip flexor. Two different muscles, but one is a little more, gosh, it's like prehistoric almost. Most people use the hip flexor to lift their leg up so they can walk, stairs, and hike and run and things like that. The psoas was used much more long ago for primal reasons of being on, not bipedal, but being on all fours. Very old muscle. Now, we can take the hands to the inside of the bent right leg like this, which lowers us down to the ground. It gets the leg right to the right side of our body. Like mine's like disappeared. You can't see it anymore. And if I take myself even lower, so this may not be possible. I just want to show you something. If I take my outside arm, my left arm, and I put it on the ground, is that possible?
No.
All right. So in that case, what I might actually have to do is just bend the elbow a little bit, and that'll lower you down as well, right? See, I'm lowering up and down.
Uh-huh.
But once you bend your elbow, you get like to the point where you go, yeah, that's about as far as I can go. That increases the stretch to the gracilis, which is an adductor, an inner thigh muscle, and it's essential to human movement, so we have to keep that open as well. Good, let's come up. Let's change sides. Before we change sides, take your right leg back to meet your left, and do your cat's breath again, because I want to integrate the spine again into the movement. You'll feel how that feels weird on one side versus the other. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sort of feels like one side.
It's harder to do this way.
I'm sorry, what?
It's more difficult to do this way.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll loosen up, and we're gonna do the other side as well, so you'll be better off bringing balance back into the body. So let's go ahead and take the left leg forward like this. Okay, and we're going to post again like we did before. Again, making sure the left foot is on the left side and the right knee is on the right side so that we don't have teeter-tottering balancing problems. Hands on the thigh, close to the knee. Lean the hips forward, sit up tall, keep your shoulders as over your hip base as you can. See how I'm stacking myself like this? I want to make sure that I don't get lazy. I want to fold forward. And just let that kind of sink in to that upper right thigh where the hip flexor is. All the while breathing, making sure that you're expanding tissue in your navel, side ribs, and chest as you inhale. That'll help to stretch out. And as you're exhaling the breath, releasing the breath, you're drawing your navel back into your spine, not letting it puff out, but bringing your navel back into the cavity of the body on your exhale. And you go back and you inhale again, expanding, and you exhale and you draw the navel back into the spine again. Now I'm going to drop both hands to the inside of the bent left leg. So I'm over to the right a little bit of my left leg. And I can stay here if this is fine, it's perfectly fine. If I feel like I can do so, I can drop down to my outer elbow, or I can bend the right elbow and come down a little bit. And if we really feel comfortable, you start getting to where we put both arms on the ground, and that's something to shoot for. That's something down the road. Otherwise, you're posting on your left hand, you're bending your right elbow, and you're lowering down just a little bit to get your body and your torso down below the knee or below the thigh that's posted. Yeah, gracilis. It's an adductor stretch. It's a wonderful stretch for the inner thigh. Go ahead and come back up. Stick the left leg back to meet the right, and let me know how it feels when you do the cat's breath this time. Does it feel sort of weird still, or does it come back into balance?
Is it what? Balanced?
Like when we stretch the left, we stretch the right side first, then we stretch we stretch the left side first, then we stretch the right, and it was weird at first, but now hopefully the muscles are balanced out and you're feeling pretty good with this cat's breath.
Yeah, okay.
Good. The stretches can have profound effects on the body, but it also transfers into profound effects for the mind. When you have access to something that you didn't have access before, and you become more resilient to it, it empowers you. It gives you a feeling of power, of ability, and that should make you happy. You know. Let's go ahead and stand up. Okay, we're going to stand up. I like to post my leg, what I like to. Usually, the leg you want to push off of has to be, toes have to be flexible enough to push off from. So I'll tuck my toes under the back foot, put my hands on my front left thigh like this. I'm going to push over the back foot as I press to stand.
I can't do that.
With practice, that takes time and practice, right?
I have to hold on to something.
Okay.
I had to pull myself up on the couch. I can't stand up from the floor on my own.
That's fine. And you know, that's not a permanent thing. That's like something of a progression, right? So you're at the stage that you're at right now to be able to get up, period. You know, it's great. Some people really can't get up like, I don't have the strength. But you're not there. You're at a point where you need to hold on. And then eventually,
I don't know about that.
it's a matter of time. It takes time, and it's like in some cases, it's like you have to have faith, right? You have to have belief that what you're doing is actually working and making you feel better and stronger, right?
I believe that. I just
Good.
I have a long way to go from how I get up now to how you got up just now.
Well, I did it because I knew it was tough. I didn't show you something that would be ridiculous. I was like, you know, this is potentially has, you know, a lot of benefits to being able to get up like that, right? All right, so in a forward bend, you said your hamstrings were tight, right?
Always.
So a wonderful forward bend is what we call a runner stretch. I'm going to demonstrate the runner stretch from how it's usually done in its traditional state, but then we're going to do it together the way I want to do it with you, okay?
Okay.
Normally, in a runner's position, getting ready for a race, this is what they do. Got one leg forward, runners take your mark, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
You've seen track and field before.
Yeah.
This is, and then they go, runners take your mark, and they
It's
talk like this, right?
Yeah.
And then they're out the gate. Well, what I want to do is I want to take the position from here, where I have 1 foot forward, 1 leg back, both legs are straight. Take my hands on my hips, and I want you to follow along. I'm going to fold forward over the straight leg. I do not want to bend my legs at all. And you may not be able to come down to the ground like I just did. You might have your hands on your thigh or your hips, and you might just fold forward, feeling the stretch right here in the back of the top of the front leg, right?
I just lost my balance.
You can hear a wall when you do this. You can be in front of a couch or bed. You can put your hands on a couch or a bed. You can do it any way you like to make sure that you're not going to fall. Okay? Take a look. I don't even know what you got. You got a couch or something there?
Yeah, right here.
Wonderful. So that doesn't that make you feel comfortable?
Yeah, it keeps my balance.
Now you just have to make sure that your back heel is down on the ground, like mine, and your front leg is both legs are straight. So when you fold forward, you start feeling that the back of the front leg, the upper part of the thigh, above the back of the knee of your front leg. Can you feel that?
Yes.
That's a great hamstring stretch. You never have to get on the ground for it. You don't have to get dirty. You just walk up to something, you put your hands on the counter or in front of a car if you're outside, and you get a car or whatever, and you literally just fold forward over that front right leg or left leg, whatever leg is forward. Now, what you can do is make sure that that front kneecap is lifted up into the quadriceps, up into the thigh muscle, by contracting, by squeezing the leg muscle in the front just a little bit. Can you see that happen?
How do you squeeze the
I'm
leg?
going to show you. Check me out. Can you see the camera?
Yeah.
Watch this. You see that?
Again.
You see that?
Yeah.
I'm just squeezing my quads, and my kneecap goes, whoop. I got a little dirt on my knee, so you can tell. Oh, actually, that's blood. I got skinned. So you see that little skin mark rise and lower? So all I'm doing is contracting my knees, my quads.
Gotcha.
I'm tightening them up, and the kneecap gets pulled up into the thigh. And that's how you lock that knee in position so that you get more contraction in the front, and it gives more stretch to the hamstrings in the back. So you've heard probably Newton's laws, different laws of physics before. And one of the laws is for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So if you contract the quads in the front, it stretches the muscles in the back. You have no choice, it has to happen. Let's try the other side. I'm gonna take my left leg forward, right leg back. I like to put my hands on the hips because I want to push my tailbone down in the back like this. The tailbone's not up, it's pushed down. My hip is down, as opposed to being up here. All right? And then I'm gonna push it down, lift the chest to lengthen my spine, but I want good posture. I'm gonna fold forward over the front leg, and I'll come down to what's comfortable for me. And of course, it's essential that you find your breath in these poses, because without good, smooth, long breathing, you're actually holding on and holding on to stress and tension, which you don't want, right? Cannot get a good stretch if we're not breathing well. So forward bends and twists do exactly what you think they're going to do. They open up the back of the body. Whereas next week when we do back bends, it's all about opening up the front of the body. So if you were needing good posture to stand up straight, you would want to open up the front of the body and you'd want to strengthen the back of the body. But a lot of people are so tight in the front pectorals and the chest and the lats here, and the muscles in the front that they tend to droop like this. You know, you see the back of the hand facing forward, not a good thing. You want to see just the thumb and first finger. You do this with one arm or both. It looks, do I look like a gorilla almost? So you don't want to see the back of anybody's hand. You only want to see the thumb and first finger. Look what happens to the chest when I pull that back like that, when I take it to the side. Everything expands, opens up, makes it broad. It's a better posture, it's a better look, and it'll change your mind. It'll open your brain to be more euphoric, more open and happy. So your body posture is directly correlated to your mood. Okay? Positive thinking, everything. I hate to say it, but I believe the time is up for today.
Wow. Okay.
It's ridiculously quick, and I hope I give you some good, really good tidbits and ideas for you to follow through on the week.
Yeah, I need to stretch on the week.
Yeah.
Stretching exercises.
Yeah, you can always contact me if you need for more help. If you're not sure of something, if you think you're doing it wrong, please feel free to contact me.
Okay. Thanks, Rick.
Yeah, you have my contact information?
I don't know. I just booked through Eventbrite. Is your information there on Eventbrite?
It may not be. You should be able to text me anytime you want to just say, hey, I'm not sure about this knee lifting thing. How is that done again? Or, you know, if my front leg is bent, is this okay for my, you know, my hamstring? I'm gonna, yeah, sure. I mean, if you text me, then I can basically, if I'm busy, I'll tell you I'm busy, but I'll always get back to you.
And I if I have someone take a picture of me in a pose, you can tell me if I'm doing it right.
Yeah, I mean, you could send me the photo and say, how does this look? And I'll be like, yeah, or, you know, this could be,
or no,
yeah, it could be a little better, sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, my email, if you want to send a picture, is Rick, R-I-C-K, at, you know, the @ basicfitness.us. That's BASICFITNESS.US for United States. So that's for, like, that's an email, you know?
I know.
Okay, you have a smartphone?
Yeah, I'm a lawyer. I know all about email and text.
Wonderful. So my text, you would text me on my phone and I would get it in this phone if
Yeah,
I
I
needed
know.
something. And my emails go straight here too.
Yeah,
It's 310-502-3607.
okay,
And just send me a text and I'll, because if you call me, I might be busy. I don't know. But if I'm
right,
not, I'll just
right.
let you know.
right. Thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
I'll see you
Namaste.
next week.
Thank you so much. I'll
Bye.
see you next week. Take care.